that is going to be useful and valuable for the entire ummah. It's not just for us. Because the words of the awliya Allah, it is for the entire ummah because they are representing the Prophet ﷺ. They're not just for close friends, close families. It is for the whole ummah that they are watching, that they are intelligent and they are thinking there is something there that they can take that is going to bring them to safety here and hereafter. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim, bismillahir rahmanir rahim. First, to say A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim, bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Whole Muslim world have forgotten to say this. Whole Muslim world has forgotten to say A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim, bismillahir rahmanir rahim, to use this sword against the shaitan. From individuals to nations, they have forgotten to say this. They know so much. They are giving fatwa to each other so much. They know so much Quran, so much hadith, but they don't know how to kick out shaitan and to ask for Allah's Rahman and Rahim to come to them, to fall from the skies. Which is why what is falling from the sky is not Rahman and Rahim, it is La'nat that is coming. Because they are asking protection from others except for Allah. Muslims are asking protection from others except for Allah. They are asking protection from this dunya, from the ahli dunya, from the unbelievers. But they are not asking protection from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So many things are happening in this world. So many things are happening. I'm yet to see the leaders, they're saying, ask Allah to send the Savior, the Mahdi alayhi salam, to come to fix this problem. You hear? You're hearing Imams, Sheikhs, they're saying that. They say, Ya Rabi, Ya Rasulullah, to say, send that one to fix this matter. This is beyond us. Dajjal has taken over everywhere. No. They're running, asking hope from everyone else. Some asking hope from regimes, some asking hope from money, some asking hope from lineage, some asking hope from titles. But they're not asking hope from the one who created hope, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That's why day to day things are not going to get better. Day to day things are going to get worse and worse and worse. And this is something that Shaykh Maulana, Shaykh Effendi, Rahmatullah alayh, that they've said for decades. Decades they are saying it. Because Muslims are still not waking up to turn back to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They're turning back to dunya again. Thinking this problem, we can fix it. It's going to get worse. Until the Muslims wake up, it's going to get worse. We see now very clearly a split. Very clearly. The split between haq and batil. Between those ones who are supporting haq, Islam, and those ones who are supporting batil, the falsehood that is against to Islam. If you are against to Islam, you're against to haq, you're against to truth, you're against to peace, you're against to adalat, you're against to everything that Allah and His Prophet and 124,000 prophets they brought. You are against it. Those who are against and saying we are against, although we call ourselves religious people, belonging to other religions, they are not following their religion. They are munafiqs, they are hypocrites. Their religion is teaching them love, they are showing so much hate. The religion is teaching them if your enemy hits you on one cheek, offer the other one, they take out the gun and they're willing to kill everyone. Everyone. Where is this coming from? This is coming from deep inside. Don't look outside. Deep inside, this hate that is coming out. So the world now is split. And the believers must know which side he's going to be on. Of course, the believer is going to be on the side of haq. But don't forget, Shaykh Maulana Shaykh Effendi has said this for years, for decades. That split is not going to be between Muslims and non-Muslims. It's not going to be split between Muslims and Jews or Christians. No, it is between believers and unbelievers. Those who believe that there is good and those who say they cannot be good. We see it split. And Muslims are seeing it split. And instead of running back to their Prophet, running back to say, what did our Prophet say for these times? How are we going to behave, to react, to respond for these times? They are running back to their own little intelligence. Their little intelligence that does not even know how to say, A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Not asking protection from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We're living in these times. These are times of batil. So there is confusion everywhere. The believer must know. Who is saying? This is also a hadith of the Prophet ﷺ. They are saying Mahdi ﷺ is not going to come until most of the Muslims don't believe that he is going to come. Majority, they're not speaking about him. They don't want to speak. They don't like to speak. Thinking, problems, we will solve it. No need for Mahdi alayhi salam to come. Not now. We have so many plans, don't you know? We have hundreds of plans, 500-year-old plan to set up this institute and that institute. And now, scholars leading millions of people supporting evil, supporting the biggest poison inside of the ummah, supporting Wahhabism. Why? Because they say, please brother, don't be hating. We love everyone. We even love the Wahhabis. Shaitan we love. Because the Wahhabis, Sheikh is Shaitan. And they're saying, no, they are very good people. We cannot now be like them also to pronounce takfir on everything. When they use logic in so many ways that is even going to make Shaitan's head to spin. So not knowing, confusion everywhere. The ones leading the biggest confusions are the scholars. You don't like what I'm saying? Look to the hadith. You cannot say you don't like what the Prophet ﷺ is saying. If you don't like what he's saying, either you're a Wahhabi or you're out from belief. Because the Mahdi alayhi salam is going to come, and the first thing that he's going to do is he's going to take out his sword and he's going to cut the necks of 70,000 scholars of this nation. And if you look everywhere, no one is running to spirituality. Everyone is running to become a scholar. No one is running to read their hearts, to throw out the ilahs and to put Allah there. But everyone is running to read books and to become a scholar. Later to get very excited if they have their names are printed here and there, books are printed here and there, think tanks, companies, regimes, governments saying that, oh, you are very nice, I must take you as a consultant. They're being very nice, they're being very good. We have come to this point now. Things are going to get worse and worse and worse. And Shaykh Maulana, Shaykh Effendi has said this. The world will enter into a darkness. Sorrow is going to be everywhere. We need more proof. Point by point, everything that the awliya Allah has said, everything that the Prophet ﷺ has said about the coming of Mahdi alayhi salam and the Akhir Zaman, it is here. But what are Muslims fighting? Some Muslims are watching some of my sohbats, astaghfirullah, not my sohbats, Shaykh Effendi's sohbats, listening to what we're saying. We're saying so many things, but they get very upset, and they get very upset with me because they look at him. I hate him, they're saying. Okay. He cannot even say Akhirul Zaman. He has to say Akhir Zaman. He's not a scholar. Don't listen to him. Very good. Don't listen. Summum bukmum unyun fakun la yarji'un. deaf, dumb, and blind. Because if your heart is open a little bit, at least you're going to say, this one is not teaching us to love the dunya. This one is not teaching us to run away from akhirat. This one is reminding us of the words of Allah and His Prophet, what His Shaykh has taught. But there's no more intelligence. No more intelligence in this akhir zaman. Finish. So we see the split now. We see the split between those who are supporting and those who are not supporting. There's going to be more split. We have to be ready for that. We're not trying to make a paradise here. We know that the days ahead, they're going to be very difficult. This is what our Shaykh has been preparing us for decades. That's why we are here. We are moving away from the confusion. Like so many others before us, like so many others from this country, the original people who came, not the original people in America or this continent, but the people who came from Europe to come here, they did not have the intention to come here to colonize. They had the intention just to run away from where they were because they were persecuted for their beliefs and to come into worship. And we ran away from all the confusion of the cities and everywhere to come here to worship. We don't have any problems with no one. We only have problems with ourselves. We only have problems with our ego and understanding how our ego is driving us crazy every day to pull us away from Allah and His Prophet. That our ego, if it cannot make us to be crazy and upset about anything, is going to make us to be upset about our clothes. We are running away from that. We are running away from this dunya. We are holding on fast to the sunnah of the Rasulullah ﷺ to bring out the lost traditions. If you see yourself holding on to the sunnah, and if you see yourself loving the sunnah, if you see yourself reviving the sunnah, bringing back the forgotten sunnahs of the Rasulullah ﷺ, and in this case, in this situation, when Muslims look at us, they say, you are not a Muslim because there's nothing about you that is familiar to us. We say, how is a Muslim? We say, Muslim like me, they're going to say. We say, Muslim like you, but you look like an unbeliever. Yeah, because my faith is inside. Why you have to show it outside? Say, this is new style. This is complete bidat. Which Sahabi did that? Which Sahabi? They're looking at us and everything that we are doing. It is a forgotten sunnah. You're asking how to get ready for Mahdi alayhi salam? This is it. There's a sunnah that is outside that you have to do. There's a sunnah in action. There's a sunnah in speech. There's a sunnah in your intention. There's a sunnah that you are going to do to fight against your ego. All these things are needed. Then we are preparing for Mahdi alayhi salam. Otherwise, you cannot. You can worship as much as you want. If you are not understanding your ego, you cannot understand Dajjal. Impossible. You don't understand your ego, you don't understand shaitan, you're not going to understand Dajjal. Because the tricks of Dajjal, it is very familiar to the ego. They belong to the same group. So the believer is going to see Dajjal and say, this is kufr. This is unbelief. Although the Dajjal is going to cloak himself, disguise himself, you will know. Because every day you are looking at the kufr that is inside of you. When you look at your ego and when you're trying to step on your ego and when you say, why today I have to get envious with someone? Why today I have to get so arrogant and stubborn? Why today I'm not watching myself? Why I was lazy? You are looking for the tricks of your ego that the ego learned from Shaitan. And Shaitan is the master of them all. You are doing that, you understand then what the Dajjal is doing, how the Dajjal is going to trick you. If not, you can be reciting as much dua as you want. You can be pasting all different ta'weez, your whole house you can put. It's still going to come because the Dajjal is going to come with a fitna, with a confusion. It will confuse you. So if now you are not dividing what is haq and batil, if now you are confused, if now you are saying everything is okay, then you're just ready for Dajjal. If now, alhamdulillah, with the teachings of Sahib al-Saif, he is showing this is good, this is no good, this is good, this is no good, this is good, this is no good, this is no good, watch for this, watch for this, watch for this. With his teachings, if every day we are fighting with ourselves and comparing, then that time, inshallah Rahman, with his himmat, we are not going to be on the wrong side. There's no way. We are holding on to him, there's no way. If you betray him, some they betray him. You are free. You betray your Effendi, you are free. Read the last khutbah of the Prophet ﷺ. Read it, it applies to you. You can go run to the Prophet ﷺ. You can run to him. Don't think I'm running to others. You can run to him. The Prophet ﷺ can say, who is your master? If you're going to say you're just like the Wahhabi saying, my master is Allah. May Allah not make us to be ones to betray. Astaghfirullah al-azim wa atubu ilayh. This is the month of Rabi al-Awwal. Rahmat, barakat raining down. But so many with their ego, with their shaitan, with their arrogance, they are putting a cover over themselves and the rahmat is not penetrating. May Allah forgive me and wake up this ummah. Because the ummah is in a very, very bad situation. And there is a fire that is burning everywhere that is not going to stop. Wa min Allahu tawfiq al-Fatiha.